from an abandoned storage building behind Wendy's. This is the Poor Taste Podcast with Dustin Sims. Is it comedy, or is he just working some shit out? Stay tuned and find out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 27 of the Poor Taste Podcast. I'm Dustin. That's Mike. You might know us from last week. We done 2 in a row. We got our fucking shit together right now. We don't know where we're going to end up at. Honestly, what's really funny is that we've actually recorded this, 3 times now?
3 times, yeah.
And shit keeps fucking up and life's good. We're not mad about it. We're not even mad about it. It's Easter, too, so it's like we're just wasting our time on God's holiday or God's son, whatever.
The Resurrection Day. Is this not the Resurrection Day?
Yeah, it's the Resurrection Day. I'm surprised you know that.
Hey, you know, I do what I can.
It's
bro.
a bullshit holiday, let's be honest.
Yeah.
No matter what your beliefs are, like whether you're Christian or not, you know it's a bullshit holiday. It's a fucking rabbit, eggs. What the fuck's going on?
Got fucking rabbits giving live birth out here, or giving egg birth out here instead of live birth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How did that come along?
Nah, I don't know, man. It's
Some goddamn Romans, like,
I think
hiding fucking eggs.
I think it's the Danish or something. I've looked it up before. It's some bullshit. I don't know what the fuck it is. I've really looked it up, but I can't remember. But it's stupid. And like, my kids are at an age now that it's like, it's like, it's all so redundant. But my kids are at an age now, they're old enough. Like, we already talked. I've said this to Mike 3 fucking times. This is my first time telling you that. But me and Mike have had to have the same conversation 3 fucking times. But my kids are at an age now that they're so old that it's like not fun anymore. Like, the holiday's not fun anymore. It's not fucking Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same pizzazz as Christmas. And so, like, my kids at our age now, they enjoy it, and they're like, oh my God, the Easter Bunny's coming. But it's not like when they were little, and it was cute, and it was fun and stuff. And so me and Kayla are laying there last night like, fuck, man, I hope we can stay up and do this. You know, I was like, well, how funny would it be if we forgot? She's like, not very funny. It'd be traumatizing. I was like, yeah. So we better set an alarm. So we set an alarm for like 11 because we're like fucking 50 now, pretty much, is what it feels like mentally. So we go to bed early. So, like, I'm trying to get the kids to go to bed. My son, he's like, I'm going to stay up and shoot him. And I was like, no, that's okay. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to fucking stay up and shoot the Easter Bunny. I'm like, let's not do that. And I was like, why don't you just go to bed? And so Kayla's like giving them melatonin gummies. She's like, y'all want gummies? You want gummies? And she's like pouring a little bowl of them. And like, they're just not going to sleep. And so I'm in here, it's like 8:30. I'm like, go to fucking bed. But we didn't forget, thank God. But it's just a bullshit holiday, man. Like, I don't know. It's not as exciting. And then I don't know if it's because they're older or if it's just a bullshit holiday. But either way, it's just not that fun as a parent anymore. And you got to go to like different family stuff. Like, we've been all over today. It's just a long fucking day. And I don't know.
Well, I will say, like, my parents still give me Easter baskets to this day. I'm 30 years old, and they still give me Easter baskets, which is, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's fucking awesome how they've transformed through the years. So in the beginning, you know, you get all these Reese's, like Reese eggs and, you know, all this chocolate.
Which are the best, I think.
It's awesome.
The Reese's eggs are the best.
Yes, absolutely. Come once a year, just like me. So anyways, but it changes as you get older for real. Like I said, I'm 30 years old now, and like my Easter basket consisted of like a drying mat, like laundry detergent.
Oh, nice.
Soap.
Yeah.
And, you know, things of that nature. And, like, that's all cool. Like, I really enjoyed getting that stuff.
Hell yeah.
It is so weird that as time progressed, they're like, you know what? They're still going to enjoy this.
Oh, absolutely.
It did. I love it. I fucking love it.
I will tell you that, like, out of everybody, like, at Christmas time, like, you don't get as much when you're older for Christmas anymore, you know? Like, your parents can get something, but it's, like, bullshit usually. I will say Kayla's dad, like my father-in-law, Mike, gives the best Christmas presents because he'll just buy us, like, a shitload of toilet paper,
Oh man.
paper towels, and like just shit like that. Like just insane amount, and like it's like a year's worth. Like
Yes.
I haven't had to buy paper towels and toilet paper in like fucking 2 years. But you don't think about it. It's nice, but it's also funny that I got this shit stockpiled in my garage.
Oh man.
I'm sitting on like 48 fucking giant packs of Scott's fucking
Scott's fucking paper towels
yeah.
never run out.
No, man. Then I got all this Charmin, dude. It's
Man,
funny.
that is hilarious because I got to tell you what I got from my mother. That was from my father and my stepmother. So this time from my mother, I got a massive basket. It wasn't a legit basket, but like it filled up the entire back of my truck.
It's filling up your entire kitchen.
Yes, it's filled up my entire
Yeah.
kitchen. You've seen it whenever you walked in. So,
I don't know how many trips it took you to get into your fucking from your truck.
oh goddamn, 6, and I live upstairs. So like my fat ass is like I'm just fucking dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm over here fucking dying. But anyways, to give you like some context to the situation, my mother gave me 36 pack of Reese's, a 50 pack of chips, a 50 pack of Funyuns. These are 2 different things, by the way. A 36 pack of like Vienna sausages. Fucking like 40 pack of Hormel chili or some shit like that. Hormel chili, a 35 pack of Chef Boyardee. It's all of these like bulk bullshit.
She went to fucking Sam's.
Yeah, she went to
loaded
Sam's
up.
and she's like,
Cool, I'll take it all.
I'll take it all.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? I bet I know who would like this. Mike. I bet Mike would like
I
this.
bet Mike would like heart disease and diabetes.
Yes. 36 pack of Reese's. I've never seen anything
What are
like
you
that
gonna
in my
do with
life.
those? You gonna eat all those?
Fuck yes. And a 45 pack of Pop-Tarts. 45 pack. Bro, I get stressed out about buying 4 packs of Pop-Tarts because that's like $15. And I get stressed out about that. She bought a 45 fucking pack.
That's her love language.
It's definitely her love language. And it was like, she just texted me one day and she was like, okay, so I bought you like $250 worth of food. What? I bought you $250 worth of food, 3 hats. I'm sorry, 3 shoes, 2 hats, and a shirt.
Oh shit.
And that's fucking awesome. Like, don't get me
Hell
wrong.
yeah.
Like, that's fucking awesome. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
But
It's funny though.
It's
an
funny. You're like,
excessive
God
amount of
damn.
food. I walked into your kitchen like a fucking food bank.
Dude, it looked like I was serving the fucking homeless out here. Like everybody come,
Wow,
everybody
okay.
just come on down to my
You remember
apartment.
when you were in high school and it was like, bring your cans in and stuff.
Bring the canned foods in.
Yeah, come on. You want a fucking pizza party?
Yes.
It's like they just brought them all to your house.
Yes.
It's fucking
Absolutely.
so much chili. Bro.
It's really interesting because I remember my mama telling me back like a long time ago, and this is something that I know this doesn't mean as much to y'all. This is going to mean a lot to you because I've never told you this in our friendship. So, congratulations.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. My mother like grew up in a very poor family, which like that's, it just happens, right?
Yeah.
It just fucking happens. And like for Easter, or not even for Easter, for Christmas, she would only get like an apple or an orange. Like that's all she would ever get, right? So I definitely understand like her viewpoint of this is like, to her, this is this is grade A stuff.
Yeah, it's like I love you this much.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
so I can definitely see that as far as like her point of view. So if
That's
you're
kind of sad, man.
it is very sad that
Damn, man. Don't
that-
make fuck cry on here.
No,
dog.
you ain't gotta cry. Like it's all good now. Like,
But yeah, that's what it is, 100%.
Yeah,
that's what she
saying,
received.
I only got an orange, and now I'm giving you all this stuff. Like,
There's
look at
48
all
cans of chili,
Yes,
Michael.
there's 48 cans of chili. Like,
Here's 300 Reese cups.
I would have killed 3 homeless men for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what are you talking about? Wow, dude.
It really, life really
And,
does
like,
come full circle.
Yeah, and like, and I don't mean this in like it's just your mother. She doesn't make like an exponential amount of money. So
Oh
like,
no, she's not.
It's like
like
she's
rich
giving
by
you
no
just
means.
about like she's giving you
Yes.
like what she's got, man.
She's
That's
definitely giving me what she's got, and I feel
sad,
awful
but it's
because
no, I don't feel. It's like her way of saying like yeah, that's cool though. But yeah, damn dog.
So now that I turned into this is like sad taste podcast, like crying, fucking
Tell
mama
something bad about
bullshit.
your
No,
mom.
nobody.
Tell
wants to
something
listen.
bad about your mom, so we fucking hate her
Yeah,
after
well,
this.
I mean, goddamn, she smoked cigarettes. Fuck.
Bro, my dad. Let me tell you something.
Whoa. After you get done with this
No,
story,
go ahead.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it came in hot. What are you talking about? Wait a minute,
I
derail that.
literally just remembered this. So this is a part of like my mother and my uncle. My uncle is like, so my mom's not that well off, but my uncle is very well off. He is over in Kuwait working right now. Anyways, he owns this massive like house here in Anniston, and this drunk dude, he was high. He might have been high.
Yeah.
He had this nice brick wall that like goes around his driveway, right? Mm-hmm. And this guy was really fucked up, and he run off the side of the road and run through this brick wall, jump the driveway and into the flower bed of my uncle's yard.
Estate, yeah.
Yeah, and the only people that live there is my uncle's wife, which is Filipino, and her Filipino son.
What did he mail order?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And so his Filipino son like one runs out there and gets on the phone, and instead of asking this guy if he's okay or if we need to call 911, he gets on this phone and he's FaceTiming my uncle. He's like, Billy, look. look what he done to your wall. He's like, look what you done to your wall. He's like, look what he done to your wall. And my uncle, which is in Kuwait, he's like, goddamn motherfucker. He's like, put him on the goddamn phone right now. Put him on the phone right now.
Man's bleeding out.
Yes. And this dude's still in
Can't
the
form
fucking
a fucking
car.
coherent sentence.
My mom and like her significant other's there, and they're looking at this dude, and he's like shook. He's like, he just run through 2 brick walls. He's fucking shook. This dude gets out of the car. He gets way better, man. Gets out of the car, and he's like stumbling, and Bruce, which is my mom's significant other, he's like, hey man, have you been drinking? He's like, you ain't had no beer, right? He's like, oh no, bro, I ain't had no beer. I ain't no beer.
I ain't no beer.
I ain't no beer. He's like, I ain't had no beer. And and like so about this time my uncle's Filipino son runs up with the phone with Billy on the phone. And he gives him the phone, and he hands him the phone, and he's looking at it. He's like, you're going to pay for this wall, motherfucker. You're going to pay for this goddamn wall, motherfucker.
Is he Trump?
Hey, he's like, you're going to pay for this wall, motherfucker. He's like, man, it's my grandmother's car. She ain't got no insurance, so I ain't paying a motherfucking thing. Dude walks back to his car, sits down in the car, picks up a blunt, lights his goddamn blunt, and starts smoking this fucking blunt.
What? Who is this man?
Yes. And my mom is looking at him. She said, is that marijuana? Is that marijuana? And he's like, hell yeah, bitch. It's marijuana. He's like, I need a little letdown right here. I just run through 2 brick walls. And he's smoking this, and he's on the phone with like his homeboy or whatever. And he's talking to him. And
Is he black?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just when you said
Yeah,
homeboy. I know your language, bro.
So he hangs up the phone, and he said, I ain't paying for a motherfucking thing. And he cranks up this car, which the whole front end of the car is gone. The whole front end of his car is gone. He jumped the driveway, run through 2 brick walls, gone.
Yeah.
Cranks it up and speeds the fuck off as fast as it'll go.
What the fuck?
Yes, before the police even get there. Bro, run through 2 brick walls, lit up a goddamn blunt, and said, I ain't paying for a motherfucking
What is
thing.
that, my Ken dog? What
Bro,
a pimp.
dude is a fucking savage. That's why I got so excited whenever you said that.
That's
It just
funny.
rejogged my memory. I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. Yeah, I got to tell this.
What's his son's ethnicity? I can't even say the word.
Filipino.
I know.
But it's not his son. It's someone else's son.
Yeah, I clearly, man, but it's funny the way.
Because he was like,
You had
Billy,
to
Billy.
You know, it's funny how you had to reiterate it there. He's like, he's Filipino son.
Well-
Watch it with the way his Filipino son ran down there. It was like, his Filipino son was like, hey, man, you're going to pay for this wall. Billy! Billy, 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 Billy!
Instead of calling 911.
You know what? Sucky, sucky!
Instead of calling 911, he was like, no, man, I got to call Billy.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to call Billy. Billy.
I would call Billy.
I'd have fucking called Billy. You're like, Billy, he just run through your goddamn fence. What are you going to do now, motherfucker?
It go rain!
You're going to pay for this wall, motherfucker. You're going to pay for this
Oh,
wall.
my God.
You and all your fucking Democrats. Oh, sorry. That's wrong.
Funny, man. What about Ethiopia being 7 years behind?
Bro.
Because you got me thinking about it now that you were talking about
I seen a thing that
Filipinos.
said Ethiopia was 7 years behind, and that is insane. At the time, it was like 2017. At the time I seen this, the time this video was produced. Anyways, they said so it's like blah, 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 2010 right now, and I was like, God damn, 2010. It's like, that's fucking insane. Well, what it is their calendar goes by different days. Like, they go by a calendar of something to do with Jesus' resurrection and this, that, and the other. Like, it's something completely different, but it's very, it has something to do with Easter.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
is.
Ethiopia. They believe in
it's-
Jesus.
Apparently, they believe in Jesus. And apparently, their calendar is like 7 years behind.
That's fucking weird.
It's very weird. It's very strange. And I even looked up something which said that, which this would be more than 7 years behind, obviously. But it said that this is like year 2000 in quote unquote Ethiopia. That was just one website that I looked up.
Well, that's
And-
way more than...
Yeah, that's way more than 7 years. But could you imagine like this being the year of 2000 and like this is the year like all this shit's like going down?
Yeah.
This is like Y2K in a goddamn.
Oh, wow. So it is like their Y2K.
Yes, this is like their Y2K.
So they really think it's just popping off.
Imagine being in Ethiopia, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine being in Ethiopia and like COVID hit and it's goddamn Y2K.
Whoa. Yeah. It's like, wow, this shit's real.
This shit's really happening. This shit's really going to fucking end.
You know, when was it the world was supposed to end? 2021? No, 2012. I'm sorry.
2012, yeah.
Nostradamus or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a bigger deal than what it was.
I really did too, man. I was like,
But
I was
Y2K
fucking ready.
Y2K, like, I don't remember.
Y2K was shit.
It was shit, but it does. I don't remember Y2K as mattering. But I was a child. I was 9.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, it wasn't something that I really remember that well. It being a big deal, but like it was a really big deal to a lot of people. And like Flint, this guy I used to work with at Honda, it was a really big deal. Like his wife is like clinically like I can't diagnose somebody, but she 100% has schizophrenia. She has schizophrenia. His wife.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, his wife is a schizophrenic, and I think it's a byproduct from living with Flint because Flint is also insane.
We met Flint that one time that I went to pick up.
How many times have you met Flint?
Just once.
And it made an impact on your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just,
A huge impact on me.
Flint is a character.
Very, yes.
I worked with him, and he said that his wife was working at a bank making $60,000 a year.
Which is a good amount of money in Alabama if you're not.
Alabama,
Yes.
you're fucking wealthy.
60 grand in Alabama, you're living high class.
Flint was making what, 50,
50
60?
at least.
Yeah,
At
Honda.
least 50. Yeah,
Honda. And so they were doing well. He says Y2K hits, and she thinks that the world's really ending. So Y2K comes, she just quits her job. She just walks out of the bank, quits her job. She comes home and she tells him.
She walked out of the goddamn bank. Oh, are we talking like January 1st, 2012? She's
No,
like,
we're talking like
December 31st?
the whatever, like right before she went on Christmas break. He said she quit. She said, "Well, the world's ending." And
The fucking world's ending.
she came home and told him, and I was like, "Man," and he's like, "I remember it like it was yesterday." I was like, "What did you do?" He said, "What any man would do. I walked myself in the basement. I shaved my head into a mohawk, and I drank 30 natural lights and passed the fuck out." Listening to AC/DC, and I was like,
what the fuck? That sounds like a Friday night.
I don't know that's what any man would do, but I was like, okay. Well, like ever since then, he's hated his wife since 2000. All right,
Yeah.
they're still married.
That's been 22 years
Yeah,
ago.
and he still hates her, and it's grown every year, and he's only going to come to a point where he kills her and his son and himself. He's got a son that's our age, and his son, like, for sure, is a product of growing up in that environment. And his son is just a real, like, he's a fuck up. He's like a druggie.
What does he do for a living?
He works at Jack's.
He works at Jack's.
Yeah, and Flint worked his ass off at Honda. Then he would go home. He owns 180 acres of pine that he's been growing since the 90s. And he sold like $400,000 worth of it. But he had a lot left. And like he sold firewood. And I needed extra money, I remember, one winter. So I was helping him cut firewood. And we would go and we'd cut these trees down. We would, like, get the logs, man. We'd cut them up. And then I would split them. And, like, I would throw them in the pile. I'd haul them to the pile and shit. And then when we would sell them, he would let me help him sell them. I would deliver them and unload it and load it up and shit. And it was just a way to make extra money. So I was helping him one day. And then he's like, come inside for lunch. Come to the house. I was like, all right. So I went to his house. And we're in there. And his wife is in the living room. And his wife is chilling in there, and she's like really like, she's morbid obese. She's a really big woman.
How do you just fucking say that?
She's morbid obese.
She's morbid obese.
So she's sitting in there in the living room, and she's just sitting there. There's no TV on or nothing.
Well, what else is she gonna do?
There's no radio on. There's no TV. She's just sitting in the living room. She's not reading a book. She's not on her phone. She's just sitting there like this in the recliner in the living room.
That's
and now I can see her in my periphery. All right, she's in my periphery. I am in this man's house I've never been in before, who I know is a fucking psychopath.
Right.
Who I know his wife is a fucking schizophrenic. Who I know hates his wife, and I know that he hates his son. Now, I'm just sitting there at this table, and he's got tea in this Milo's jug, which Milo's has good tea.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's not Milo's tea. It's homemade tea that he put in this jug. And it's really fucking salty.
Salty tea.
Yes, salty. And I was like,
Oh, that should be a felony.
It's gross. It's salty. It was bitter. And I remember drinking it, and I was like, man, this is really fucking bad tea. But the food we had, I can't remember what it was. It was really good. I was like, that's fine. So I'm eating this food, and I was like, all right, well, we're sitting there, and he goes, that's like, and I can see this bitch in my peripheral. It's her, and there's like 40 fish heads on the wall. There's 40 fish heads over her.
Bass.
Yes. It's just the heads.
Just the head. Just the head.
Just the heads.
It's not like body mount.
No, it's just the heads.
That is terrifying. Like, we're talking, I know y'all can't see this. I have a deer hung up on the wall over here. And
You
it's
see how the neck is involved and all
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
There's none of that.
no.
It's just gill to the face.
that's goddamn disturbing.
And
I
there's
would have walked the fuck out
40
right
of
then.
them. 40 of them. Now, I'm looking at that, and I see this lady sitting there like this. And she doesn't fucking move. And I'm almost like certain she's stuffed. And I'm sitting here trying to eat, and I'm like, man, this is fucking weird. I'm going to eat this shit and get out there and start splitting this fucking wood. So I'm eating. I'm like, Jared is his son. He comes downstairs, and Flint's eating. Doesn't even look at Jared. He just hears his footsteps, and he's like, that's Jared coming down the stairs. So I turn, and I see this dude. He's about my age. I was like, what's up, man? You doing all right? He's like, yeah. And he's like, tell him where you work, Jared. And I was like, nah, you don't have to do that. It's not a big deal, you know. And he's like, Jax. And bro, I was like, couldn't even laugh. I was just so mortified. And Flint goes, yep, Jared works at Jax. You make good money over there, Jared? He's like, I do okay. Jared does okay at Jax.
Oh my God.
And bro, it's so condescending. And he goes, that's my wife in there. Say hey. And she just goes, hey. He looks at me, he goes, she's a fucking bitch. And bro, I am mortified. I don't know these people at all. I'm in this house I've never even been in. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just eating. I'm eating. And I was like, that's some cool fish you got on the wall. And he goes, you like those? I said, yeah. He said, that one up there in the top in the middle, it was 9 pounds. It was a bass I caught. He was right next to a log out there in Gunnersville. And I was like, okay. And I was like, how do you know that? I was like, where's the bodies? And he looked at me like I was retarded. And he's like, I ate them. And I was like,
what?
okay. And he said, you just mount the heads? He's like, why am I going to mount the rest? I'm going to eat those. And I was like, that's the real heads? He said, yeah. He said, he dips them. He dipped them in this epoxy. He mounted them himself. And then he nailed them to this wood.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's the real heads. He said, he filleted them. Cut the heads off. He said, I dipped these heads in epoxy like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then
I'm just trying to process it.
Oh, imagine being in this house. I'm like, whose house am I in? So I took my brother out there. I was 20, 21 maybe. So Dalton was 15.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dalton was wanting to hang out. And I was like, I got to go split some wood for this dude. I said, you can come with me. So I took Dalton with me. And Flint lived off the road. You couldn't see his house from the road. But he loved his yard. He loved his yard a lot. He tried to keep an immaculate yard. He had zoysia grass. And he would put human hair and human shit on his grass to make it look good.
Wait, what?
He would go to barbershops and hair salons. And he would leave with trash bags full of hair. He would say, can I empty
Full
your
of human hair?
Human hair. He said, can I have your trash bags? And they were like, what? He's like, can I have the trash bags? They got hair in them. I'm going to plug them in my yard. And he would plug little holes in his yard and fill them with human hair because he saw online that it would make his grass grow and give him new nutrients. So he plugged it with human hair. Then he went to the shit plant and it's like, do y'all sell shit? Basically. And like they were like, what? And he's like, can I get some loads of shit after it's been processed or whatever? And they're like, yeah. So he bought it. He took it and he spread it on. He said it stunk for like 6 months of like doo-doo.
Oh,
but his yard looked immaculate. Better than any golf course you've ever seen in your life. But it's such a small yard. And you can't even see it from the roast fucking point. Now, in the wintertime, the grass died and it turned brown. He didn't like that. So I'm splitting wood one day. He got this wood splitter. He finally got a splitter, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I got to sit down. I got my headphones in. I'm fucking jamming, dude. Oh, he already had cut all the wood up. I'm just like, all I got to do is split this shit, throw it on the truck, drive it down there, load it up in the pile. We're good. It's an easy day.
Yeah.
I'm splitting this wood. I got Dalton over here chilling with me. I talked to him a little bit. Well, Flint pulls up on the four-wheeler, and he, like, points at my little brother and was like, you come with me. And, like, just loads him up, drives him off or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, oh, he's going to kill this motherfucker. You know, I was like, oh, my God, he's going to kill my brother. I was like, fuck, man. I was like, I better go check on him. So I was like, I felt weird, and I waited for a minute. I was like, I had this weird feeling. I was like, I don't know this motherfucker like that. He just rode off my little brother. I was like, I better go check. So I jump in the truck, and I go riding down there, and he's got my little brother in his front yard with a sprayer on, and he's spray painting the yard green. He's got this, and his yard's brown, spray painted green. This motherfucker's a psychopath, dude.
He's spray painting the yard.
Yeah, he's spray painted green. He's just a wild.
The fuck?
He's just a wild dude. Like, he fills his pond up every year with trout. Now, we live in Alabama. They don't thrive in Alabama. They die.
They die.
They die every November. He's like, they'll put them in there in the spring, and then they die in November. He's like, you got to catch them. He said, yeah, I like to eat them. So most people would be like, just go buy some trout.
Yeah, go buy some trout.
All right.
When you want to eat it.
So, but he does. He just puts them in his pond. They live until November. Whichever he doesn't catch, they just float up and die. And he's like, I just escape them out, and I'll fill them back up next year. I'm like, this dude is a psychopath.
Yes, absolutely.
Like one day, and I don't want I'm not. It's not my. I don't want this to be my identity because we talked about the gays, and I don't want to talk about the gays. I like the gays. Like I don't want. I'm not gay, and I don't want to like. I don't mind the gays. I don't mind the LGBT community at all. But I'm just telling you this story. So we were at work one day, and this lady comes up, and she was showing us a picture of her son, and her son had a dress on and high heels. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to explain this character to you. So she's like showing us a picture of her son, and he's got like high heels on. He's like 7. He's got high heels on. He's wearing this dress. And Flint, she's not even showing Flint the picture. Flint just interjects and jumps in. And I'm just looking at it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool, whatever. Whatever gets me out of this conversation. That's my view on everything in life. What will get me out of this conversation quicker? Chris D'Elia has a bit about it. Like, somebody's like, I'm for abortion. And he's like, yeah, me too. He said, then I can look over at this guy, and he'd be like, fuck abortion. I'll be like, yeah. Whatever gets me out of here quicker. I don't give a shit. Who fucking cares? So, Flint, like, just jumps. I'll never forget. This is, I swear to God, this is something I can never forget. Like, she showed us this picture of her son in these high heels and this dress, and Flint pushes me out of the way. He comes over there, reaches in his pocket, and he pulls out his glasses. He's like, puts them on. He just, what are you raising this boy to be? Queer? Bro. I about fucking died. I was like, you can't do it. And we're in a work.
Oh my God.
We're in a work environment, a work setting, and this lady works damn near in management. And she was mortified, and I was like, well, there goes your job.
Yeah.
Nah, it didn't. Didn't lose the job at all. And then we had a meeting one time. When the tsunami hit and like all the plants were down, we had no parts. We were down for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Remember, like 2011 or something like that. So we swept the whole fucking plant. We mopped everything, painted all the lines. There's just no much shit you can do. We're running out of shit to do. So they were like sending us to the office to do these bullshit courses and watching these videos and stuff. And we're in there watching this safety video, and Flint falls asleep. And it's like the Japanese people, like the big dogs that are giving us these classes. And the Japanese, they don't fuck around, dude. Like, like that one dude got slapped by that Japanese dude on line 1.
Oh, he got slapped.
Yeah, he lives in Rambert. He's like friends with Kayla's dad. Like he was like in management, and he said something back to one of the Japanese guys. Like these Japanese people flew down from Japan. They were like inspecting our plant and stuff. And one of them said something to him out of the way. And he got mad and was like, no, that's not how we do it out here. And the dude just slapped the fuck out of him. That's how they operate, though, over there. Like, that's their etiquette. Like,
they slap their employees.
Oh, yeah. No, they cane them, some of them. They'll take them out and cane them.
They take them out and beat them with bamboo canes?
Yes.
I thought that was just a goddamn funny thing that this dude said at work.
No, that's real. No, they do that.
He was like, if you misbehave, they'll take you up on the roof and beat you with bamboo canes.
No, they do. No, that's real. And they'll slap each other. Like that's it's like it's a disrespect, and they'll do it in front of the other superiors. Like they'll bring you in there and they'll slap the fuck out of you. They did that.
I would have been fucking shook.
Oh, he was. But here's the thing. He handled it well. He did like Chris Rock. He's just like, he took it because he knew I'm getting a promotion. And he did. He never had to work ever again. Like, he got to walk around with a fucking clipboard. He had it made.
Yeah.
But, like, the dude slapped the fuck out of him. So we're in this class. And Flint falls asleep. And the Japanese guy sees it. And he can't communicate that well. So he was just like, And like he was like trying to make these sounds, and he was like kind of pointing and trying to get one of the other guys, like one of our guys, to like say something to him. And one of the guys was like, "Hey, excuse me," and like he tapped Flint, and Flint stands up and goes, "Amen." He like looks around, bro. It's a room full of people. We were so quiet, and Flint was like, "Amen." And he looks around, and there was like everybody was just staring at him, and I was sitting right beside him, and I was like this, and I was like looking down, and Flint looks at me dead in my eyes, bro. In front of everybody is staring at him, dead in my eyes. He goes, "They can't fire you for praying." Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough, motherfucker.
There we go. Man, hey, I tell you what, I've had some characters. Working at Honda, I have had some characters.
Oh, they're out there.
They are definitely out there. Let me tell you about this guy that come from Louisiana. Yeah, I gotta clear my throat for this, bro. Let me tell you about this guy who came from Louisiana. He was a 24-year-old man that came from Louisiana. And he come to work with us, and like he was cool initially, like, you know, he's just like this young gothic looking dude. And you're like, yeah, you know what? He's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, fast forward 3 days later, and he come to work, and he was late to work. And he was late because he got a speeding ticket. Well, before I know it, I turned around and looked, and they had this man. They had these two long whiteboards. And they had one here and one here, like this. And they were standing behind it, so you couldn't see nobody. And I noticed he was bawling. This man was crying.
Crying. How old is he?
24.
Oh.
This man was crying, and he was 24, and I was like, God damn. I was like, man, I feel sorry for this dude. Like, what has happened in his life? And he's like, over here like, well, the fucking thing was, he got a speeding ticket on the way to work.
He was crying about that?
And he was late to work. So he was crying. He was goddamn crying, and I was like, this is the craziest shit I've done seen in my fucking life.
No.
It didn't end there. I was like, okay, he'll get it together. So they told him, they were like, go to the bathroom, get yourself together,
Yeah.
and then come back out. Like, hey, it's okay. You're late to work. We'll work around it. Whatever. So he goes to the bathroom, and they notice he had been in there a long time. So, like, my superiors go in there, which is like my TM and TC, which is like boss and super boss.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
It's your boss and your boss's boss.
Yes, boss and boss's boss. And they go in there, and at the same time, a coworker had went in there at the same, like, you know, same time. They went in there, and they seen this guy in the corner of the bathroom, hands over his face, going,
What?
having a fucking mental breakdown.
Because he was late or because of
Yes.
the ticket or both?
Yes, both. Because he was late and he had a ticket. And, like, I have, like, you know, I understand mental illnesses and things like this, but this dude was wild.
That's not a mental illness, man.
This
That's
dude was wild. And it was so bad, they had to call AR or HR in to walk him out of the back so nobody would see him having a mental fucking breakdown.
That don't even sound like a man. That sounds to me like a luxury life. Like the worst things that's happened to you is being late for work and you got a ticket, bitch. Suck my dick.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
That's got you this
That's
upset.
the worst thing that's ever happened?
You're doing fine.
Yeah, you're okay.
You're gonna be all right.
Hey, handle it.
Yeah.
Handle it.
Yeah. It's okay. Eat that shit.
Yeah. You got a speeding ticket. Pay the fucking ticket and get on with your life.
That's crazy.
But he was having a mental fucking breakdown about it. Said
In the
he was
fucking-
he was in the corner of the bathroom going just like that.
What the fuck, dude?
And I told him, the dude that, like, my coworker that walked in there and seen it, I said, hey, you're a bigger man than me.
Oh yeah.
You're a bigger man than me, because I would have walked in and been like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I would have been dying laughing. I would have been dying laughing.
Yeah.
I would have been like, what are you doing? Get up. It's a fucking speeding ticket.
Yeah. Man up.
I feel like, I really do feel like Tim Dillon want to. Did you just fucking see that?
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
So, I'm embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed? You want some more?
Oh, I'm gonna pour me some more.
Okay.
Even though it's only like
We don't have much longer.
like
We're at
30 fucking minutes in, and I've already spilled my whiskey on.
Yeah, we'll have to wrap it up soon. It's getting late. Kayla's gonna shoot my ass. I had a chick that I worked with, Sandra, and you remember when we used to go to Rack and Roll and shoot pool a lot? We still go over there now. There's a pool hall local to us, and there's this bouncer dude that used to just take his job too seriously. And, I mean, anything that went on, he's like, you got to get out of here. You can't be acting like that in here. And, like, he didn't want to escort everybody. It was this big old black dude, right? And, like, he tried to act hard all the time. And so I was talking to somebody at work about it one day, and this black lady heard me. She's like, what you talking about? And I was like, I'm talking about the dude, the little bouncer guy. because he threw me out for something one time, and I was mad about it, and I was in there bitching. She's like, "That dude gay," and I said, "That dude ain't gay. That's a big old boy." She's like, "That don't have nothing to do with it." She said, "He paid me $250 to come over there every week and fuck him with a dildo." And I said, "You full of shit." And I said, "Tell me what he looked like." She named it, and I was like, "Whoa." She said, "Yeah." She said, "I go over there." She said, "He gives me $250. I walk in there." She said, "It's no questions asked. I walk into his bedroom. He's been over already." She said, "I take it." She said, "He's already got it lubed up." She said, "I just fuck him with it." She said, "With my hand." She said, "I put it in his ass until he comes." And I was like,
Whoa.
"No." And
I
it's
have
like,
questions.
all right.
Go ahead.
No, it's just multiple times that she's done it. And I was like, wow. And like, at first I was like, that's fucking crazy. And then here's the thing. Also, I don't give a fuck what you do in your life, your personal life, or what you stick inside you. I was more mortified at her telling it. You know, I was like,
yeah.
Damn. I was like, this motherfucker paying you $250 and you telling everybody that you're doing this? And I was like, so I gave her $300.
Hey, give me.
So I got 300. She said shit. I don't think.
So is she jerking him off or is he jerking himself off?
Neither. I don't think. I think. I don't.
Wait,
know,
you're
maybe.
telling me like she's just ramming this fucking dildo in his ass and he's coming?
He
like,
might be dry. I don't know, man. I didn't. She didn't show me a
for
video.
sure he has to like jerk himself off, right?
I don't know.
For
She didn't
sure.
Show me a video of it.
Like, well, I mean, I'm just thinking like, could you fucking get off shoving a dildo up your ass? No, not even without touching your dick.
Here's the thing. I don't know. I can't say whether or not I would, but I can say I would try it. But I don't know. But I don't want to know.
No,
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
want to know.
Because like sometimes I have problems shitting already. Like here's the thing. Like here, I'm gonna break it down for you like this. I don't care. I really can truly say like I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality to know that like, you know, I don't know that I would or would not like that, but I do know that I would not like the consequences.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't. I have a hard enough time. Sometimes I'm shitting too easily, and sometimes I'm having a hard time. So I couldn't imagine what the predicament I would be in if I was doing that.
No, absolutely not. So let me tell you about this. So you know, last podcast, I told you about the girl that I went to Atomic Johnny's with. I walked her down to Atomic Johnny's, and she wanted me to pay for her, right? Mm-hmm. And I slammed the $5 down for me and said, "Fuck you." And
That's right.
So I messaged her, right? And I was like, "Hey, we should go get some drinks sometime." I was like, hey, you know what? You're a fun time. Whatever. You're toxic. Let's go. You know how it works.
Got a lot of baggage.
Yeah, you got a lot of baggage. You could really fuck my life up. Let's go. Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. Anyways, so I met her for some drinks, right? Met her for some drinks. And as I was talking to her, I seen this tattoo. And I was like, that's a really cool tattoo, right? You know, and she was like, oh.
On her titty?
Yes, on her titties. She was like, it was a snake. And I was like, hey, that's a really cool tattoo. You know, I don't know how far it goes, but I'd really like to see. But anyway, she was like, oh, you think that's a cool tattoo? You should see this. She was like, pulls her fucking lip down, and she has freak tattooed on her bottom lip. And I was goddamn shook. I looked like I'd seen the Grim Reaper in person.
Yeah.
I was fucking shook. And I was like, God damn it, baby. You know what I'm... Yeah. I was like, God damn it. And then she looks at me and she said, also, I have the same tattoo on my ass.
Freak on her ass?
She has freak on her ass and freak on the inside of her lip.
And no father.
And no father. No father or no morals.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have goddamn thought this? But really, you know, I really like to say, like, I brought her back to the apartment and gave her a really good dicking. But I didn't. I did.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
I thought you were gonna say like she was trash in bed or something.
I mean, she probably is. She's probably.
How awful would that be to think about the amount of dick she's been with and that has
And
that
that she's
tattoo
still
and then
trash.
she's trash at it?
have freak on the inside of your lip and your ass, and all you do is you sit there and look like you're reading a book.
Hey, I don't read a lot, so I can't confirm or not, but I know that when I was a kid, I loved the Harry Potter books, and I never, ever was like reading them like.
Well, like, do you think she has a Harry Potter? Hey, that's beside the point.
I bet she's got a Chamber of Secrets.
So, like, no, that's what this dude at work talks about, like, with his old lady. He said, every time I fuck my old lady, she looks like she could just read a book. And I said, man, I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that.
You ain't doing so.
I can't help. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, hey, man, have you thought about, like, going harder?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to fucking do?
Slap the shit out of her.
Yeah,
or
slap
something.
her, hit her in the, spit in her fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Spit in her mouth.
Spit in her butt.
Spit in her butt.
Have you
Finger
show,
her butt.
Was that you the one that showed me the video of, like, the prisoners? This is what they do now?
Huh?
I watched a video and it was
That
like,
wasn't me. I'm not showing you fingers of like.
no, I don't mean like I didn't see like the actual video. It's like these prisoners are talking like now, back in the day, like there's this stigma, like a prisoner's like, I'll hold you down, like to show dominance. The guys were like, fuck you. He said, now that's not the case. He says, now, he said, I can't remember. I think it might have been on Rogan's podcast or something. There's these prisoners that said now to show dominance, like in prison, they'll pick somebody out and they'll beat your ass, hold you down, and they'll all come up and they'll
lick your butt?
No, they'll spit in your butt. He said somebody will.
That's the initiation?
Yeah. He said somebody will spread your cheeks open and everybody will come by and just spit off in your butt.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. So instead of like pants sagging, they're spitting in your butt.
Spitting in your
now.
butt.
What does that do? Imagine being in that
very
situation.
It's got to be pretty demoralizing.
Demoralizing.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
Just a
To
bunch
have
of
another
men
Yeah.
spreading your ass cheeks and spitting inside your butt. Like, that's why. But also, I'd be like, man, like, you spit in my butt. Yeah, I got spit in my butt, but like you also spit in my butt. I'd be like,
Why?
It doesn't say a whole lot about you either.
Well, what would be worse, them spitting in your butt or coming in your butt?
I would 100% take spitting on my butt.
Yeah.
Or in it,
Yeah.
And they say in it, and it's like, damn, because here's the thing. How you okay? I know you can spread your cheeks open, and I know you can spread them open enough that it might like pay. Because let me tell you something, man. I don't know what you got going on, and I don't look at a lot of men's asses, but like my shit's pretty tight up, man. And then like even if I was knocked out, I feel like how you get that bitch open. So like I don't know. I guess they do, but if you're getting it open that way, and then you gotta lean down pretty far to spit off in it, so you gonna catch a whiff. Yeah, I feel like so. It's gross for you too, man. Like I feel like that's demoralizing for both parties.
That's disturbing. How did we go from like normal conversation to spitting in ass?
I don't know, man, but that's just how this goes. It's Poor Taste Podcast.
It's poor taste. Yeah.
I hate to cut it short, man, but we've had to shoot this 3 times, which means we've told some of these stories 3 times, and some of these stories we may have told before.
Have we?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't remember what all we've talked about on this podcast, and I also don't remember. It's late, and it's Easter, and we filmed this 3 times, and we've drank 3 times. We've drank a lot. I don't even know.
Yep.
And we're sorry, but it's 2 in a row. We got like 40-something minutes. That's pretty good. It is pretty good. I think if we're having sex, you would be really satisfied right now, or you'd be really disappointed.
Man, 2 in a row? I would be happy
2 in a
with
row,
that.
47
I'd be
minutes.
happy with that. Who wouldn't be happy with that?
Yeah.
Ladies, who wouldn't be happy with that?
You should be happy with it. And there's not a lot of ladies that listen to this. I don't think.
No, that's why I said ladies.
Yeah, I feel like the demographic for this. I feel like the demographic for my channel in itself is like 75% men.
Yeah.
I feel like the demographic that listens to this podcast is like 98% men. I don't think a lot of women listen to this.
Easily 98% men. Yeah.
If you're a lady and you listen to this, say, I'm a woman and I enjoy this, and I will be like, oh my God, you're amazing. And I love you so much. But anyways, episode 28 coming out next week. You might not believe that. I don't believe it myself, but I'm gonna surprise us.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm Dustin. This is Mike. In case you didn't know, and we're drunk, and we love you so much, and we hope you come back next time.
Okay.
So what they do to your asshole?
So, could you imagine going down there, like, not only once, but twice, whenever they cut your massive asshole open? Like, you have these hemorrhoids the size of goddamn quarters, maybe even golf balls.
I want to go into this because I'm honestly curious about the process. So we're gonna.
Okay, we're gonna go into that.